Folks, it's Florida Deere. Thanks for joining me today. Today's video is going to be the continuing saga or struggle of finding the right leaf collection system for my yard. And today's feature is going to be the MC519 cart in conjunction with my 46-inch deck and the power flow system I have on it. And I'll kind of break down in detail as we go along in the video about my likes or dislikes about it and how things eventually worked out. So keep watching and I'll get started. So this is part of the spring cleanup I don't like. That's just dealing with the leaves. You know, I don't mind raking, I just hate picking them up. So I think what I'm going to try to do is blow them into the yard. So this looks a little bit better so far. A lot less leaves. And again, I'll probably do this another one or two more times before I take the leaf collector off and put it away for the season. So we're able to blow that off all into there and then around there to make it available for the MC519 cart to pick it up with the 322. And you know, hopefully I'll have a better shot of, you know, the patio area when in the butterfly garden when things are looking a little bit better. They look pretty sad right now. It just is. I think the good part about if you're up north, your yard might look like this too, but it has just a bunch of snow on it, so you really can't tell how bad it looks. I don't know. I just think like this time of the year, the climate's the nicest here in Florida, but as we're almost going to hit, I think 80 something today. But the you know, the yard just looks like, you know, crap, I guess. Anyway. You can tell from all the debris flying up all over the camera, this was going to be a dirty job. And don't get me wrong, using the other leaf vacs that I've used, they've been kind of dirty jobs as well, whether it was the Deere or using the twin bagger system on the 425 that I had. Both of those were kind of dirty too, and I didn't get around to watering the lawn before this, which was a little bit of a bummer. That helps a little bit. Of course, it makes the whole ground wet, and I try not to mow when it's wet, but then again, it does keep down on the dust and stuff. And as you'll see later on, I got pretty dirty, and the tractor got dirty, and that really wasn't the main issue. The really main issue is that it just doesn't do a good job of picking up the leaves. And I think that's just as much an issue, maybe not so much with the cart. I mean, the cart's basically just the stationary unit behind the tractor, but it's a combination between the power flow and the 46-inch deck. There's obviously some thick leaves right there that you just saw that I was going through, and I changed around some different blades to get the high lift blades and so on and so forth, you know, with some of the back and forth from the folks on the forums and the web pages, you know, trying to figure out what my issue was. But that was seemingly to no avail. I've heard some people say, well, you need to go slower. So about that, I am willing to go slower to a certain extent, but I'm not willing to go super slow like everywhere. Like if there's a particularly thick patch of leaves or something, same thing with grass, right? You know, you're going to go a little bit slower through that patch than you might otherwise go. But I'm not willing to do the whole yard in slow motion. To me, that means that the system simply doesn't work and I need a new system. So when I say a new system, most of what I bought except for the DR was, these are used products. This was, bought from a part of another deal, and anyway, so on and so forth. Same thing with the bagger on my 425. But so this has been a little bit of frustration, is that not only am I coated by the end of this video, but the tractor is, and quite a bit of the leaves are still on the ground, so that's the issue. Now, it wasn't all bad. I do think one of the benefits of the MC519 cart is that it's fixed to the tractor. That's good, so the hose, or the chute doesn't flex, or that you don't have a hose that flexes. I found that to be an issue with the DR, and it's also much more maneuverable because of that. You can back up without a problem. You just have to be mindful that you have something hanging off the rear end of the tractor, but it's really not that bad as far as maneuverability. It's substantially improved over what I had with the DR. The DR did a lot better job of vacuuming up the leaves and wasn't quite maybe as dusty, but it obviously had its drawbacks too. The drawbacks of both this system and the DR as well are storage. When I'm not using the equipment, which is basically 8 months out of the year, maybe 9 months out of the year, I'm not using the equipment, so storage will be a concern for me as well as it might be for some of you. And the next item I have, which I'll sort of foreshadow at the end of the video, will require a lot less storage, but there may be some drawbacks to it as well. Obviously, I don't think there's any perfect system, so I'll keep trying to figure this out and see what I can get done to make this job a little bit easier, and to make sure that the job gets done quickly. So this is just a slightly different angle. I get half the picture is my calf or whatever, but you get the idea. There's a lot of leaves on the deck, which means there's not a lot of leaves going into the chute, and this kind of happens to a certain extent if I ran over like a heavy leaf pile with the DR, and it would do the same thing. But with this one, it just seems to blow the leaves out of there. It's almost as if the capacity isn't as high on the power flow as it was in the deck shooting the stuff sideways. So I don't know what elements of the combination are not working out, but overall the system is doesn't seem to be working out as well as I would have liked. Alright folks, so this is what the tractor looks like after it's done, and it is dirty. Let's put it down so you can see it. I mean, it is just dirty, nasty. So I'm not really liking this maybe as much as I had hoped I would. But, maybe we'll... Oops. A little light came out there. Have to take care of that. And anyways, so now I'm gonna blow it off. I emptied this thing, so I'll blow it off, get it taken care of and put away. As you can see in this clip right here, I just kind of hit the fast forward, but a lot of the leaves are still there, so it's not just that I ended up super dirty at the end of this whole ordeal, but it was also that the performance of it in picking up the leaves just isn't that good. So I will probably look for something different. Hey folks, so this concludes the MC519 cart experiment with the 322. I'm not selling the 322, I'm keeping the 322. I may consider selling the deck because I ended up getting a 48-inch replacement deck, which is supposed to be superior to the 46-inch deck and the 50-inch deck that John Deere had for these tractors earlier. And I am going to get rid of the MC cart and probably the power flow as well. We'll see if anybody cares to purchase this deck. This 46-inch deck is in great shape, but using it in conjunction with the power flow and the MC cart left me wanting for a better system, let's just say. So because of that, I was able to pick up this thing right here in Fort Myers this past weekend that I will, be doing a video on eventually. But this just kind of gives you a rundown. Hopefully, if you have an MC cart, your experience is a little bit better than mine, and it could be the type of leaves I'm picking up or whatever. But again, I'll cover that in another video, and hopefully this video has been helpful. If you thought so, please hit the like button, and you can also hit the subscribe button in your upper left-hand corner. And if you want to see more videos about the John Deere tractors, be they the lawn and garden type or the one series that I have sitting a couple tractors over. So anyways, I appreciate you watching. Thanks, and have a great night. Bye.